Underdog daily with the Batch Bros, Jon and Nez hanging out. Black and Yellow Dog app, platform of the people. Underdog fantasy right there. Yeah, dancing it up in the streets right now. Got the itch after the dance lobbies last night. A couple nice playing games last night. We'll talk about what transpired in those. We'll look at the slate, all that stuff. We got 2 more playing games tonight, and we got 8 games of MLB to get through there. Nez and I were just laughing a little bit because behind closed doors there, I was just telling him how much the Spurs suck, and then proceeded to tell him that, they beat the Thunder, 2 or 3 times, and they lost like 2 games in the second half of the season, and they were both without Wemby.
Yeah, I'm not going to listen to this. I'm not going to be propagandized. I know what I know, and what I know is the Spurs are nasty, man. I don't know, but we'll see. You know, the Bloomstein narrative coming to life. You get the Blazers win. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what transpires, man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, dude. What sparked the conversation was me messing around with a couple Blazers teams here in these dance lobbies. Yeah, Dink was in there chalking it up as usual with the best plays, and your boy was zigging and zagging out here with the Portland stuff. So I don't know, man. Scott kind of lit the fuel, but we've been Portland guys since the beginning, and Deni, man, just watching what he did last night. I don't know, Nez, especially the last possession there, where it's just like, oh, this is winning time. And Deni's like, clear out, gets Jordan Goodwin on the on ball. Like, Dylan Brooks hedges to the side. He beats both of them, Euro step up. Like, it's just, man, Deni could take over when Deni's back is right and Deni sees the spot, man. It got me really excited about, like, hey, maybe they could take, 5 or 6 games to the Spurs, or maybe these Spurs are kind of inexperienced and we're giving them too much credit.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a potential outcome there. Yeah, Deni obviously had a pretty damn good game. That final take there was something special for sure. That was a little hezzy, like kind of like delayed Euro step there. Yeah, that was vintage. That was vintage. But John, tell me, does having a 7-8 center in the paint kind of prohibit your ability to do things like that? I don't know. I guess time will tell.
Time will tell. I mean, I don't know, man. Can we get Klingon to pull that guy out of the paint at all? No chance, right? Can he respect the 3? Will they? Can we use stretch Klingon a bit here?
You're gonna need it. You're gonna need to. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, man. It's a shame. We talked about it yesterday that it's like the way the matchup goes is like, what does Deni do so well? Well, he gets the rack, he gets fouled, he cuts to the lane, then kicks out, like all that sort of stuff. And it's just like, oh, that's what the Spurs mitigate so well. Like,
Yeah. Unfortunately, but we've been Blazers guys for a while. They're a good team, man. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens for sure.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how Dame fits into that next year. Like, you kind of forget. You know, it's kind of like, huh.
Yeah, he'll be a nice addition.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird because there's so much handling, right? But we'll say future conversation there. Nez, the first game was pretty wild there, man. Like, Con just doing absolutely nothing from a shooting perspective. The Bam injury, that sort of deal. I don't know, man. I couldn't believe it. Like, Hornets are down 5, or maybe they're down 4 with like 18, 20 seconds left in regulation there. And you have no Bridges on the floor, no Diabate's on the floor, and no Con Knipple on the floor. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, man, hat tip. And they draw up that, like, I don't know, Kobe White run around and throw up the most toughest one-footed contested jumper of all time, like catch and shoot play. And he just hits like an insane jumper, and then overtime, and the rest was history. It was a great back and forth ball game there. Very unfortunate that Bam got hurt early in that one, not only for Bam's sake, but for the Ware takes, man. I just thought Ware was a bad play yesterday. I couldn't believe they started double big, and then Spo immediately corrected like 5 minutes into the game. It was like a 5.5 minute stint, and was like, oh, we got to play a little different than this. And I was like, oh, Ware's not coming back out here. And then Ware plays and balls out the whole rest of the game. But yeah, great ball games last night.
Definitely. As good as you could ask for playing games. As soon as the Ware lineup hit, I immediately moved him up to like player 16 and autoed, I think, like 20 extra teams that I didn't even plan on doing. So yeah, and I'm glad I did, because I ended up, making a little bit of money last night. But I was telling you, man, I had a brutal beat.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, so we'll bring up the
story of my freaking month. I tell you what, dude.
We'll bring that one up here as we walk through what took place last night, because I did not see it. Oh, there's the end of this draft, so you guys can see what I was cooking. I was going, don't dupe me, guys, don't dupe me. But dude,
this is so funny.
We do the Denver one, and then we do the Jalen Johnson stuff, because, dude, I think Atlanta could beat the Knicks, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, at least we'll get hopefully get 6 games out of that, and that they're pretty fun. And you got so many backstack guards with them. So you fill these wings, and then I was like, okay, give me the Deni Klingon stuff, and then backstack the guards here. So I built a couple iterations of this morning. I'm not going to lie. So messing around and having fun in these lobbies, because I think the ship has sailed on the GM creators. So, why not mess around and fuck around, find out with some teams that people aren't pairing together or even drafting.
I want to ask you, and I'm like not picking on Dink, because Dink is way more successful than I'll ever be in the fantasy space. If this turns out, if he gets to the finals, of the dance, and it's Celtics Thunder, like what is the EV of that team, do you think?
So he's got the double bigs. He's got 3 bigs from there. You can play all of them. He's got Tatum. He's got Caruso. He's got Dort. I don't know, like 180th place, whatever that accounts to. I don't know. There's definitely paths that Chet and Hartenstein can outscore J-Dub for sure, and Case and Wallace for sure. Caruso plays a shit ton in the playoffs, and we saw it last year that Caruso was outscoring in the playoffs last year, like Kaysen and stuff. I get it both ways, where it's kind of like, oh, you built a chalk finals team that's worse than the super teams that are out there, but it's also like the super teams have to get there. And what if the super teams have, Embiid and Maxey on them instead of double Atlanta pieces who are going to play 6 games? Or, I see it both ways.
Okay. Yeah.
But in a vacuum, I prefer doing what I did.
Same.
Yeah. But
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to kind of think that it was still, and maybe it is, I last year, I thought that doing what Dink did here was still viable and good, but it's just it's inevitable that some nutted ass team gets to the finals. It happens every year, and it's just I prefer doing what you did at the end of the day.
Yeah, I was having this kind of internal debate. We joked about the push the plane narrative once you get to pick 4 or whatever. I don't know. I kind of think you have to build Detroit.
So do I.
It's they might be not good enough to sweep in the first round, regardless of who they get after tonight. And Cade's a good producer. Duran can be a good producer. There's a ton of auxiliary pieces you can add to it. It's kind of you just take your medicine, or you do pull up the Rockets is what I've been doing a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to build out J-Dub hasn't even been good, guys. Forget about whatever, but J-Dub hasn't even been good. So it's kind of if I can't do the J's plus the J's on this side, which very rarely happens, I think you got to build Detroit, Cleveland, Rockets, Atlanta, one of those 4, or Knicks. If you like the Knicks more, you can do Brunson Cat right here, but there's going to be better versions of that for sure, because they're going to be because they're going to be paired on the left side with one of the studs.
Right. Which, I guess and we just did a whole dance show, so I don't want to, spend much time on this, but do you would it ever make sense to I'm trying to think, does it make sense to even build out any Nuggets, Thunder, or Spurs without the big 3?
No, I don't think it does.
Yeah.
Like I think when someone snipes Jamal from you, I think it's like literally the dumbest possible thing you could do.
I mean, I agree. So it's just like trying to like, could it possibly make sense to build out your contrarian East with you got Jamal for the Nuggets East Finals where you're going up against Joker teams no matter what. Like you're DOA.
Yeah, because there's no way Jamal gets to the finals without Joker breaking the slate. There's no way the Spurs get to the finals without Wemby breaking the slate. Yeah. And then when you're in the finals, there's no way that Jamal outscores Joker in a finals for like 6 games. Or there's not no way, but it's like, I don't know, 85% outcome or something like that he maybe even higher, 88% outcome that Jokic outscores him. And there's no one on Wemby's team that's outscoring him if they're in the finals. So it's like, what the fuck's the point?
Yeah. And then you need a big to like, it's a 2v2 really, because it's like now you need that big to like put up Joker points and there's going to be Joker Jamal teams. Yeah. It's totally like nonsense to even attempt it. So yeah, I think you got to go. Yeah. Rockets, Hawks, T-Wolves, all those lower seed teams.
Mm-hmm. And like, I mean, we could go back and look at like the finals from last year and stuff like that and like see how many fantasy points were scored in a 7-game series when the Thunder played everything close except for one of the games. And like, I think there was 2 blowouts, one each way that were like blowouts, like an extra 5 minutes of burn, like either which way. But like, if we go back to that series, like even when J-Dub was playing well, even if like Chet was playing well, like there's like a 0% chance anybody outscored or came close to outscoring SGA and Hallie, right? Like, on their respective teams?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. No. I guess it's like it's kind of like the dance, or it's kind of like the double dribble. When you don't roll a top end spot, you kind of just like take your medicine a little bit and like hope you're kind of like creating a min cash, because the EV of what he did is higher for min cash rate than, or like even a finals cash rate than doing what I'm suggesting from the right hand side, because it's completely binary outcome. And like people will say it in the chat all the time, like, oh, if you're going to build like Rockets in Atlanta, like, why don't you just bet them for the series? You're going to get more money. It's worth more EV. And it's like, go fuck yourself, man. We're just hanging out, having fun, drafting teams, man.
And also there's RNG, right? Like, it's not like it's not like I'm entering the dance to do this. Like I'm trying to get a top 3 pick. If I don't get one, then yeah, you probably should have fucking bet a future, but I'm drafted, dude. So I gotta adjust.
All right, bro. That was a nice little segue on the dance stuff. Let's take a look at the results from last night there. I didn't do a ton of anything last night. I think I did 20 and 20, both primarily. Actually, I think I did hoops before our show, and then did MLB all at lock there yesterday. Let's get this. Come on. But Angels going nuke, as they're prone to do at times there, with the right-handed power going up against a lefty that is, throw hard, hit hard. Like first guy ever to give up 4+ home runs and strikeout, or first Yankee ever to give up 4 home runs and strikeout 10+. Like just crazy outing from Ryan Weathers.
I didn't even know that he had the strikeout numbers like that. Wow. I was not paying attention to his stat line at all. Holy shit. Confirming
the thesis though, bro. Confirming the thesis, because we talk about the thesis all the time with the Angels. Right. It's like they're either going to homer or they're going to strike out, and they did both last night.
Yeah, no, it's so true.
I'm going to have to give this
my results are lagging big time too. Okay. I was trying to give you an assist here, but
we'll do it. We might have to give this an on and then off again.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, the results in recent memory have been a little bit. Yeah. Oh, there we go. All right. Main slate NBA got 13 of those bad boys in there yesterday. Honestly, I just didn't really see any big leans that I liked, or else I would have played more, Like that's it's just these short slates, NBA, especially with tight rotations. I just feel like, hey, if I'm not chasing the GM stuff, like it's kind of like, well, I have to have an angle here, and I didn't have an angle. So here you go at the top here. We got a 5-way dupe train for first here. Vindy P. We got JT McKenzie, friends of the show, Rock the Suburbs, always hanging out. Dean, who does content for the Roto Grinders side of stuff, and then winner F. So 5-man dupe train here. We'll check out Dean's lineup. Shout out to Deni Avdija going nuke last night. Brandon Miller, who also was playing with fouls at one point there, but Brandon Miller getting paired with Deni Avdija. Miles Bridges has a monster night and has a really nice dime on the last bucket of the game to win it for the Hornets there to Melo. And then Dylan Brooks, shout out to the newsletter. Zakarian was talking up Dylan Brooks there, having like a better role. And then Khalil Ware and Davion Mitchell, who we're going to have to start calling Big Game Dave, because this guy, man, you remember the postseason from last year, like the games that they played. I don't know, man. Out of nowhere, he just plays like 40 minutes, the toughest on-ball defense in the league, and starts icing threes and diming it up. Like, I don't know where this shit is all season long. Maybe Spo just doesn't let him do it. But in the postseason, man, he's been cooking like that. So this was the winner here. We'll take a look at the cuck chair from Nez in a second.
Yeah, I think at one point last year, maybe whatever year it was, like Davion was being drafted ahead of Tyler Hero because like he just was on that level. It was crazy. Yeah, I mean, I pretty much like, I mean, I didn't have like too strong links. I thought ADP was pretty efficient, but you know, I liked Deni a lot. Like that was, I thought he had strong 101 potential. Obviously, Dame gets hurt, so you know that's like, I guess we'll never know. I was off Brandon Miller. I thought Khan was going to be way more of the offensive weapon there than him, so off there. But I liked Miles Bridges just because, like, I was like, oh, he's going to be out there a ton, plain and simple. So I was, and then Brooks, I was in lockstep with Zakarian there. Brooks has had a good season, just straight up, and the match against Portland there, you know, tough on ball defensive, you know, matchup, but fast pace, and Brooks's role has been good. So I kind of saw the vision there. And then Ware just became a play once the lineups came out. So
yeah, I was shocked that they went double big. I don't know. Maybe Spo was just forcing some matchup stuff to be like, hey, they have to adjust to us opposed to us adjusting to them. I don't know what the thought process was there in going with the double big. Apparently Gallagher was on it. I didn't listen to the show yesterday just because I wasn't playing the slate. But I saw it in the Discord there that he was on it. So I was like, okay, maybe I just missed something then, because I didn't think they were going to do that. Maybe it's just because Musa's so good on the glass that they were like, yo, we need another like help side guy here. And, you know, you can play like the Bridges versus Bam stuff on the other side. I don't know. But anyways, this so much of this had to do with the Ware stuff. It was such a trickle down point of the slate, because if Ware's in there, Bam's no longer the 101, you know, like that's just right off the hop. Then Bam gets hurt and Ware becomes like even better, right? And then that 2-man game of Davion plus Ware looks so much better than like Davion paired with the Bam teams and that sort of thing. And then that propels kind of like Deni to be an upper echelon guy. And that actually makes Miles Bridges considerably better, because then Bridges isn't playing hard on ball defense against Bam on the other side. And now this frees up Bridges a little bit. So you can see the systemic trickle down in this lineup of like the Bam decision. And it's why, like, you know, these small micro decisions in our game trigger such a large downfall. And these were beautifully constructed lineups with the thesis that, you know, Deni outscores Bam and Ware plays a bigger role, you know, let alone Bam getting hurt.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that injury, like you said, just changed everything. So, you see the effect here.
We got your lineup up here next, Nez. Just take it away and walk me through it. An unduped second place there behind the dupe train. Looks like 2 points short. What happened here?
Dylan Brooks hit a 3.
Oh, God. So you were in first?
Yes.
You were in first too?
Yes.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Just a classic 6K to 750 swing. Not even in the fucking 1,000 air club, dude. Just a cool little 5K swing on a Dylan Brooks dagger. I mean,
oh, God. That's so brutal. I had no idea. I mean, like, obviously I was watching the ball game. I just wasn't sweating the leaderboard at all because I didn't have anything in there, and I knew I was dead because I had no wear, basically. So, that sucks, bro.
Hilarious.
I feel for you there, dude.
Very
so it was
funny.
A Wiggins versus Ware one, or a Wiggins versus Brooks 1v1, and
Correct.
a dupe train versus a single lineup. Oh, that sucks, bro.
Yeah, not even just like a second place team, just like fucking hammer down to sixth. Just fuck my whole life.
Goods, yes, I feel this to my core, bro. Talked about it at the top there. This is funny from Awen. That going back to the Ryan Weathers stuff, we'll talk about it in a half second. He hit his redacted projection despite giving up back-to-back overs. Wow. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. PBR Tyler, I haven't subbed for a class in 4 hours. Should I start ripping? Oh, here we go, dude. Get it, dude. Let's go. Yes, we'll do MLB in a half second here, man. Get in the streets with the kids out here. PPR Tyler out there beefing in the streets of the Tout House, apparently. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, they got some drama brewing up. Cruz ain't on the main slate, but we'll help you out with the rest of the slate.
Sounds good. Speaking of slates, last night's there. Your boy got 20 of them in here. Did a lot of Angels stuff, just liked the Angels binary outcome spot. Polymath 92 takes it down here at the top with a Jeffrey Springs. Scroll the F down. I was on the other side of that one, and I was a little bit on the other side of the Mick Abel stuff too, dude. Mick Abel out there with 22 fantasy points, but Jeffrey Springs pitching really nice, a prospect that we liked back in the day when he was with the Rays. And now he's kind of put it together for the first 3 starts of the year here. Goes for his first start at home. And nothing matters. He doesn't care about Sacramento. He gets it done out there. Trevor Larnach plus Byron Buxton. Byron Buxton was the tail of the tape last night. Everybody at the top had those like double Angel stacks going on until Buxton's second home run of the game, and that really flipped the slate because he was the high scorer on it there. Nice night for Jose Ramirez and a nice little skinny stack. So a 2-2-1 with a contrarian pitcher and a contrarian scroll the F down to Trevor Larnach. Beautifully constructed lineup. Yeah,
that's a sick team. Really nice Jeffrey Springs scroll there, who's having a really nice season so far. Mm-hmm. Like you said, we used to be pretty high on him. So maybe he's turned a corner. And is kind of going back to his roots here, which would be cool. That'd be a nice development for the Athletics. I had so much Neto yesterday, and he full bagel there. Not awesome. Not awesome.
Yeah, and I was watching one of them. He came up with the bases loaded, or maybe bases loaded or runners on second and third. I can't remember.
Yeah.
And it's when they had Weathers like on the rope a little bit, I think, or maybe he had just gotten lifted, and he gets up 0-2 on like 2 close ones and doesn't challenge. And then he gets away with what should have been a ball, I thought, at the bottom of the zone. And then they challenge against him, and it like just clips the bottom of it too. So yeah, a bunch of strikeouts for Neto last night. Wasn't the thesis there, but I got to give some love here, dude. Mick Abel, 0.81% owned, 22 fantasy points. Prize prospect that came over in the closer deal from last year there. Gets 10 Ks against Boston. Boston scuffling right now, or, bits and pieces, but scuffling at times right now, despite... anyways, they got shelled yesterday, or Garrett Crochet got shelled 2 days ago, rather, and then they get shoved on by Mick Abel yesterday. So, 10 Ks there. Just wanted to hat tip that play because Mick Abel, big-time prospect, in a good pitching conditions there. We see A-Win up here. We see T-Finch up here. No Bo Sox is hanging out in the chat. Wobie's always hanging out in the chat as well. Seedmeister, Top Fantasy Plays, one of our buddies there. So shouts to the community there, but really wanted to hit on that Mick Abel scroll right there. Big time.
Yeah. Cool name there too. Shout out Bull Durham. Good movie.
Crash Davis, baby.
Yeah.
Love to see it. All right. Let's do it, man. Yes, we are going to talk about the 2-gamer. Don't worry. And then we are going to jump into the MLB streets. Let's start with the 2-gamer, Nez, because it'll be much shorter and sweet to talk about than the baseball slate there. Is there anything else you want to say on yesterday or floating around in your head or whatever, or should we move into hoops?
No, I'm ready to move on.
Okay, cool. So we have the Eastern Conference game this evening. Very similar totals in both, very similar spreads in both. The Clippers are a little bit more favorites there, but we have a 224 here. All-time bad vibes with the Magic right now. Rumors this morning about a star player in parentheses on their team will be seeking trade if the coach is back next year. Blah blah blah. It's kind of ugly, all-time bad vibes for the Magic right now. Desmond Bane played to get his streak, and then only played like 17 minutes in that game that looked like a must-win game for them against Boston to stay out of this game, and they couldn't even beat the Boston reserves on that Sunday. So all-time bad vibes for the Magic right now, but they get a Embiid-less Sixers team this evening here with a 224, 1.5 by way of the Sixers, and loser of that game will get one more opportunity at it by playing the Hornets, who were the winner of last night's game, to then get in and face Detroit. So loser of this game plays the Hornets to face Detroit there. And then loser of this game with the Warriors and the Clippers goes home. That's the end of the season for them. Winner of this game gets to play the Suns for the opportunity to play the Oklahoma City Thunder. So, Clippers here as 5.5-point favorites. We just saw this game on Sunday, but we saw it without Kawhi, and we saw it with a little bit of a limit on Steph Curry there. 220.5 here in this one. Injury reports, as they are prone to be in the playoffs, are not very extensive. So I'll just hit it right off the top there. The Magic side of things, Jonathan Isaac and Jet Howard, who might both factor in for very, very small roles in this one, have Q tags. Embiid, as mentioned, is already out there. Trendon Watford has a probable tag with an illness for the Sixers. And then in the Warriors game, no Moses Moody, no Jimmy Butler, and no Quentin Post. Obviously, two of those three done for the season. And then on the Clippers side there, the backup five in jeopardy here because we have no Yannick Niederhauser, Kona, YKN, whatever. And and then Isaiah Jackson, who we've been missing for a little bit, has a Q tag tonight, which would play the backup 5 minutes behind Brook Lopez, who's been playing some big time minutes there. All right, that's the macros on everything, Nez. Thoughts, feelings, what's up, dude?
Yeah, I can't believe that the Sixers are 1.5-point favorites here, only 1.5-point favorites against the Magic, given everything that you just said. About the current state of the team. But hey, that they are 1.5-point favorites here. But I don't know. Maybe I'm underrating the Magic team. I don't think they're just gonna try to lose. You get Franz back in the fold here too. So yeah, this is a Magic team that we haven't really seen all season. Really, I can't remember the last time we saw the Magic play full like this.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe the vibes are affecting the spread too strongly. I don't know, but I'm definitely team Sixers. Just trying to think of a way that this is incorrect. But yeah, I'm team Sixers here in this one, and then I think I like the Warriors, dude, against the Clippers.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll talk that through. We'll talk through the dynamic there. I think there's a couple interesting macro dynamics at play here. We can use kind of like last night as a barometer for just talking about what we think. And then we can look back at the dress rehearsals in parentheses of terms of how the rotations actually looked. But I think it's just a good reminder for everybody to just see hey, look what last night's condensing and playoff style rotations actually looked like, right? Obviously this Heat game goes to overtime and there's a little bit of funkiness in it because of the Bam injury, right? But we see 41 minutes, 47 minutes, 34, 41, 40. We see only, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the Fontecchio minutes were only 6. So it was basically 8. And then after Bam went out, it was basically only 7. And for the last quarter and overtime, it was only 6. This is how these rotations look Obviously on the other side, you can get like some condensing because Khan's shot's not falling and they opt to go in a different direction and they opt to keep Kobe White out there. But same thing on the other side. Like we're seeing 9 guys. We're seeing 4 minutes of Josh Green in the first half here. So just a good reminder that like a lot can condense. And I just want to bring this up because tonight's rotations, we're dealing with guys who have been on quote unquote minutes limits for some time now, right? Like we were dealing with Franz. There's fragility in those minutes. We're dealing with Steph Curry, who said he wanted to get ramped up, but still hasn't played over 32 was the number, I think, or 30. We'll look in a half second here. But yeah, it's just like, well, what are we going to do with, Porzingis? Is Porzingis capable of playing greater than the 28 minutes? And I think that's where we find ceiling on our slate more so than finding super scrolls, or you find contingent scrolls. So like we look at last time out for the Desmond Bane stuff. Maybe Desmond Bane is the, frustrated person in the house right now where the call's coming from inside the house, because you see this big stretch here where he doesn't play basketball and we see a whole bunch of De Silva minutes and we see a whole bunch of Anthony Black minutes here. Like, so maybe there's some push-pull if you're soft fading, Bane in the early tiers, that now we're going to play some Anthony Black and some Tristan De Silva as our scroll the F downs. So I think we got to think more like almost like football mindset with like contingent stuff, opposed to like, hey, where are we going to find a super scroll of a guy who's going to break the slate in garbage time on another team on whatever, because we're only working with 4 teams on these 2 gamers.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, those minutes are stupid. That is just dumb. But I mean, I can't, like, this is a game that they wanted to win. And I'm just like, I'm flabbergasted.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. They can't do this again. Like you can't do this again and be even halfway serious. So I liked Bane. I thought Bane was going to play a ton. I get the thesis.
Yeah. So it's just one isolated example. It can happen to anyone. We could talk about rotations and other guys that we're going to go through. Like we could talk about how like Guy Santos's role is going to be impacted by like the return of Al Horford, like now Guy Santos, who we think is going to continue to start, and like he's had some pretty good rates, but like Guy Santos hasn't done like the full play alongside Green, Porzingis, Horford, etc. in a playoff rotation. You know what I mean? Like now all of a sudden this is slightly different than when we were playing Guy Santos a month ago when there was no Steph there and it was just him and Pods, like that stuff, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a different setup for our Nike, for sure. I still think he's fine in the 6th, but
fucking Eggers, man. Eggers heel turn is going to be studied for decades. We're gonna see. But Eggers heel turn is going to be studied for decades. Yes, this is true, man. Jay Fresh reminding us that, yeah, they traded a ton for Bane, right? Like to be the last piece to this puzzle. And hey, man, I'm not writing off the Magic because like, I think when they play full, like this is a pretty good, tough team. And they haven't played like as a unit. Like they're pretty good at protecting the rim. They got good on-ball defenders, especially with Suggs. And then they got some good bodied wings who are like good scorers. They just haven't been able to piece it together. And maybe it is just a coaching problem, but yeah.
I don't know. I liked the trade. I thought it made sense for a team like the Magic, but yeah, and I think the sum of their parts is good. But as a in practice, obviously they're a playing team, but they weren't fully healthy. But regardless, man, they got issues.
Nez, let's talk about some of the most pivotal decision points on the board here. Before we do so, got to give Magikarp some love there. We talked about him a little bit yesterday as some of the alpha that he was sharing in the dance streets, and now he's doubling down on the notion that the super teams are getting there. I couldn't agree more. But yeah, he was kind of like the guy who put the ideas in my head of like the Joker stuff. Like he was all over that early, the solve for Joker kind of thing that we were talking about yesterday. So big shouts to him, one of the best basketball minds in the community. All right, Nezzy, I think we got to have this conversation about kind of like where the tier breaks are and where some of the 1v1 pivots are, because there are some natural within their own team pivots on the boards right now. So I think first things first, I think there's a big tier of 3 for the 101 today. Do you feel similarly?
Yes. Yeah, this is the tier. Actually, no, I actually don't. I think it's actually just a top 2 tier. I don't think Paulo's. I think Paulo's on the outside looking in. I think I prefer Steph to Paulo.
Okay, I'm cool with that. You think Steph's minutes are going to ramp back up and he's going to play north of that 28, 25, 26 here? He did.
Oh yeah.
He did openly say he wanted to play more, not to butcher the quote and put words in his mouth, but he did openly say, I want to get up to full, like I'm not playing enough to be ready for playing kind of thing. So I think 32, 35 tonight. Is that in the cards?
Yeah, I'm counting on it.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's win or go home, man. Like he doesn't have a lot of years left. I think Steph's gonna be very full tonight. I mean, they're very close in projection, and I'll take the Steph range of outcomes over the Paulo's, where Paulo's range of outcomes are not just like, oh, he doesn't like hit the ceiling. It's just like he absolutely just he is a lineup killer when his floor hits, and he's gonna play a lot, but he always plays a lot. I'd rather play playoff Steph than playoff Paulo.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the air bars on Paulo are much more extreme, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Way to say
and now you throw Franz back in there, right? Like,
sure.
What if Franz plays 35 and starts tonight? Like, like he started last time out and played 31, I believe, something like that. Like,
I didn't think you got the 30.
26. My bad. Yeah.
I was factoring him in for 30.
Right.
Yeah. It's more spread out for sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so tier of 2 for Nez here, mixing and matching there, then mixing and matching the next tier there. Then we get into this discussion of which of the 2 teammates do you want between PG and VJ Edgecombe, because Nick Nurse in the playoffs, this is chalk him up for 45 fucking minutes here. I don't know. I don't know if you had to build projections today. I'm putting Paul George in for 36 to 37 minutes, 38 minutes in my model, and then knowing that there's right tail aside to that. And VJ I'm putting in for 40 and knowing there's right tail there. So, when Paul George came back and Embiid was there, he was balling the F out. He had 50 burgers in back-to-back games that he played in terms of fantasy points. And now it's kind of tapered off a little bit with Embiid not being there. And VJ's kind of been a little bit of the guy recently. So where are you on this kind of debate?
Yeah, I'm PG over VJ. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And is there anyone behind that you like better than these 2 as a tier?
No, I don't believe so. Let me double check the old vibe ranks here. But no, that's not true. So just like to read off the ranks that I have.
Sure.
I went Paul George, Garland.
Okay.
Porzingis.
Oh, okay.
VJ.
All right, interesting. Okay, I want to get into this conversation then. So what is it about Garland and Zinger that stand out to you? Like, do you think Zinger's minutes can push 30 tonight? Like we've had 25s, 24s, 22s, or you don't think it even matters that he could just play that and still outperform that kind of secondary tier?
I think you see Porzingis play his season high minutes.
Ooh.
And 30 minutes of Porzingis. Yeah, that sounds fun. You get a bit of a ceiling on him, just in terms of the way that he produces fantasy points. I'm really excited about the Porzingis ceiling. I have like 60% Porzingis through like 50 some drafts.
All right, cool. Taking a stand. And you like Zinger over the Magic guys then. Is that because we don't know which Magic guy to choose? Is it because there's all of them there and they're going to cannibalize one another? What are your thoughts on this next tier of the 3 Magic guys?
Yeah, I do think it's a little ambiguous in terms of like who the guy is that you want there. So yeah, and I just feel I feel pretty confident about Porzingis having strong minutes, and I love the spot against the Clippers too for him. He should be able to make easy work of those bigs. So yeah, after him, I pretty much have it like by close to ADP. I had Bane over Suggs for a little while. but I think you can go either way there. I just like, I know Suggs has a ceiling, but he's just another one of those guys that I'm just like, wow, the floor is really low on Jalen Suggs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Suggs is going to chase Maxey around all night, and maybe those minutes are tethered to one another, and that makes me a little bit bullish on like 40-minute Suggs potential. But that doesn't imply that he's going to have like a good offensive role and score with the ball in his hands. It might imply the opposite because he's spending so much time on the defensive end chasing Maxey around, right?
Many such cases.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Franz is the one that really intrigues me in this tier of just being like the play it before you see it. What if Franz plays 35 tonight? And we were so accustomed to, back in the day, these Orlando teams, like if we knew Franz was full and before Bane was there, like Franz would be going beside Paulo in this like Steph and PG tier. So Franz is the one that really jumps out to me. You illustrated the Zinger one too. Those are the two that are kind of like the make it or break it ceiling guys for me in the third round right now.
Yeah, for sure. It's a pretty stark tier, in my opinion.
Okay. Cool. Then we kind of get into the conversations of like, what are the roles going to be with everybody else here? Like, we don't like pods as much when Steph's around, but could still play a boatload of minutes. And it's kind of like Christian Brown-esque, like that kind of like, he's going to play at 35 minutes, but like, we don't know what he's going to do out there kind of vibe. Benny Math, we never know. Like it's hit or miss. He could play 22 off the bench and play himself into 8 fantasy points, or he could play 30 off the bench and just go nuclear with the second unit and score in a big, big way, right? I don't know. Andre Drummond, does he start? Do we think he starts tonight? Do you think it's a Bona night? Do we think Barlow plays some small ball 5 or smaller, not small ball, but like smaller ball 5 than that? Or did we need the size here against Wendell Carter Jr.? Like there's a lot up here. Like Draymond's a little bit better when Steph is out there, but Draymond really lacks ceiling. We've talked about this for years. Maybe he steps it up in a playoff environment, but like, yeah, what are we doing with this next big hodgepodge of players? Because I think everyone from like kind of the end of this Zinger pick, everyone down is kind of like 22 to 24 fantasy points. And it's just kind of like pick your poison. Do you pair up teammates? Do you have pairings that you like? Like, how are you sifting through this range?
It's a clusterfuck. I mean, yeah. I don't have like strong takes on this range. I know that I don't have a lot of Andre Drummond at all. And I don't have a lot of Benny Math at all. Okay. So those are the primary stances there. Okay. Draymond, I've got a ton. I mean, to me, it's just like it's very simple. Like these playoff roles, these playoff rotations, like they don't scream Andre Drummond to me. They don't scream Benedict Mathurin to me. I don't know. Maybe Benny Math comes out and like and really puts up a sick, third wheel role in this Clippers offense. I doubt it personally. I can't imagine that's the way that this team's trying to win games. Like he's way more fun in the regular season, down a body against a shit team. That's not the case here, man. So like I got Draymond over both those guys because Draymond's going to play a ton of minutes and Draymond's going to do a lot of everything. And sure, Draymond doesn't have like a 30 real life points in his range of outcomes, but he's going to give you a ton of minutes and he's going to give you a stock or two and he's going to give you stats that accumulate. Sure. Like, so he just, to me, is like such an easy click at that spot.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no concerns about like Horford or anything like that. We just think it's going to be like Pods, Steph, Zinger, Santos, Green, and then Horford comes off the bench.
Yeah, Horford's going to come off the bench, but like I don't think that like you don't take Draymond Green off the floor in a play-in game, win or go home for Al Horford. That's not the way to do it.
Okay. Yeah. No. Cool. Yeah, I'm trying to think through what about the auxiliary Philadelphia guys? Like Kelly Oubre could play a boatload. I mean, he's probably going to be third, fourth fiddle when he's out there in terms of like scoring option. But yeah, some combination of like him and Grimes mattering at all tonight. Does that intrigue you, or you like the Warriors stuff more?
No. I think Oubre is pretty interesting. I have like 20% Oubre. Yeah, he could definitely get hot and like, give you like 40 fantasy points if like you blink and oh shit, it's Kelly Oubre night. Given no Embiid here, I think that kind of opens up some Oubre avenues here. And I also am playing Oubre because like I'm really light on VJ and I'm really light on Maxi, so that makes Oubre. It just makes sense for me to have more Oubre because of that. And I have a good bit of Grimes too in the 6th round. Yeah, I mean, I'm not expecting a lot, but I'm just like, in terms of 6th round picks, I think he's my favorite. And I got a lot of pods too, just to kind of round out that like ancillary piece conversation between these two teams. I have a ton of pods.
Okay, they were playing last time out against the fringe G League Bucks, and it was a must-win situation for them to hold on to, well, at least try to be out of the play-in game, or at least not fall, even further, So it was a must-win situation from them. They played their guys. Obviously, there was a bunch of garbage time, so the tail end minutes here are going to look more hampered. But like Kelly Oubre, PG, and Maxi were like pacing for like full. VJ as well, and VJ stayed in. Bona ended up starting, but then they went to Drummond here, and it wasn't like a foul troubles thing. It was like we wanted to go to Drummond here, and then Drummond started the second half. So maybe that carries over. And then Grimes was like 6th man up kind of thing, or I guess technically he was 7th man up. And then like Watford was just garbage. Jabari was garbage. Terry's garbage. Yeah, and then it's kind of like Barlow and Edwards. Edwards is a guy that nobody's drafting who could just get hot from 3 like he did in this game and be like 8th or 9th guy and actually play tonight. But he's probably most likely to get cut from this grouping if they run super tight and run 8.
Yeah, I'm with you. There's a lot of different ways that can break, and I just think it ultimately just makes Andre Drummond not a good pick, in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah. Does that mean you want to get some Bona in your life?
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I know it's kind of like, it doesn't necessarily make sense, I think, to say that out loud, but no.
Right.
Yeah. I just don't want any of them.
Yeah. Orlando's been really good against opposing 5s too. Like just all season long. That's just like, not the music,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough ADP because like I don't want to like full fade the Drummond stuff, but it's just like it's such a pivotal like crux because it's so high and people are chasing. That's like bad. What we've seen and then whatever. Yeah, I haven't looked at the projections and stuff yet to see where it ranks, but I imagine he's like the worst ADP relative to projection right now.
I think Benny Math is worse, but
Okay.
Benny Math is technically worse because they're like neck and neck, but both not good picks.
Okay. Any concerns about Q-Jax returning here and impacting, Q-Jax, Isaiah Jackson, mixing up my former Pacers Jacksons. Any possible concerns about him cutting into Brook Lopez at all? Like we've seen big minutes ceiling from Brook Lopez in games that mattered, and maybe that's where like a bunch of his value was stemming from. Obviously there was garbage time in this Warriors game, so I wouldn't look at that one too much. But yeah, any thoughts on kind of like the Brook Lopez, the John Collins, where he's been starting opposed to coming off the bench? And vice versa, because there was a couple stretches in there where he was playing off the bench and he was playing like 1st man up. But yeah, thoughts on like kind of like the Collins Lopez dynamic here.
I think it would be more detrimental to John Collins than it would Brook Lopez.
Okay.
Could be wrong, but
sure. Yeah.
I think that would be a pretty big impact for John Collins, who right now, I have like 10% of them. I don't have a ton of John Collins right now.
Okay. Yeah. Do you think he plays off the bench tonight? I kind of think he does.
It would make sense, I think.
Yeah. I kind of think he plays like 1st man up or like first unit up is like him and Benny Math.
Right.
Yeah.
That would be my preference if I was in charge there.
Yeah, because there could be like no overlap between that grouping.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Interesting. I think it makes me like Collins a little bit more than Brook Lopez. Just like second unit ceiling is like a little bit higher.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he gets like some scoring done. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll take the Lopez stocks and threes.
Sure. Yeah. Do you have a favorite other Clipper? Like, Jordan Miller has like a bit of a ceiling off the bench there as kind of like the seventh guy.
Yeah.
29, 32 in games that mattered against OKC and Portland. But, Derek Jones Jr. is probably going to start, and he's going to be like the Tim Hardaway Jr. of their team, where it's like defense and threes. Chris Dunn could play a boatload and be like their best on ball.
Yeah, I'm not doing a ton of either of those guys right now, but I'll probably put Chris Dunn in my top 24
Okay.
just to get, because he has like the stock potential. Derek Jones, all respect due to Derek Jones, but I'm not going to draft him. But
Sure.
I think Chris Dunn I can mix in the sixth round for sure.
Okay. Two of my favorite, I don't know, maybe this is bro science, maybe it's not. Two of my favorite ceiling plays back here were just like the thought process of like, I think Guy Santos is the safest, like back here. I think Wendell Carter Jr. and John Collins, like I think those guys are the safest. The guys that I was thinking about for ceiling outcomes were Anthony Black and DeAnthony Melton. Like, I'm a Melton guy, he can come off the bench, second unit. I mean, they got more bodies now than they have in a long time. And maybe the path isn't as clean, but I think he's their second best guard, not named Steph Curry. So like him coming off the bench here and like filling it up with the second unit wouldn't surprise me. And it's kind of like both of these guys, in my estimation, are a little bit like the Kobe White thesis from last night, where it was like, who can come off the bench, get hot, score in a heartbeat, and then stay out a little bit longer or do more with their 23 minutes than somebody else can. And these are the two guys for me that were standing out. And I want to pair them together a little bit too. And not a lot of people will be doing that because they're both six rounders.
Yeah, no, I don't think you'll see it. Maybe you will as the day goes on, but yeah, no, I'm with you. I've got like 20% Anthony Black and 17% Melton because I was trying to snag him in the sixth round, but I'm going to move him up a little bit just so I can get a little bit more Melton. But yeah, I love both these plays. I think they have big time, ceilings if things break right for them. Like you said, Melton's always been a good rates guy in the playoffs. Let's see how many minutes they let him get up to. And then, yeah, we off the top, we talked about Anthony Black's minutes in that last game. Yeah, you just never know how things will break. And in terms of just like 6-round picks, these guys really just kind of seem like no brainers if they're available for you to take. When you're on the clock in the sixth, it's just like, yeah, this is where it starts, and then you diversify after.
Yeah. Other guys for scroll potentials like Horford having his minutes expanded. We know what he's been able to do in the past and stuff like that. Maybe they've been saving him all year for like a game like this, and he gets up to like 28 or something like that. Could be kind of fun in the last round. Maybe Bona starts and then doesn't get played off the floor, and then Drummond doesn't come into the game, and they roll with Bona and nobody's selecting him. It's not overly high ceiling, but it's there. And, Drummond's got the propensity to get in foul trouble, even if he does start. So there's that. It's not a great matchup for either of them there. Tristan da Silva could play himself onto the floor if the Bane minutes are bad or if the Black minutes are bad, and he could play himself into these like 33s and, hit a couple threes, something like that. Gary Payton, they might need some on-ball defense. And Kerr likes to do weird things where he randomly fucking starts dudes. And they go like, hey, this is, we've been rolling with Guy Santos, but he wasn't the plan. He wasn't the plan. Gary Payton's in there and he's starting tonight. That'd be so Kerr, so I don't know, just throwing some names out. Will you have any interest in anyone down here?
No, I don't think so, dude.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, cool. I guess Justin Edwards, just catch and shoot, and maybe he plays a little bit more at the expense of like Grimes or something like that. You could do worse, but yeah, it's probably more of like he's been playing some garbage time, and that's why the box scores look okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else to say on the macros of the slate there, Nez?
No, I don't think so. 2 games, pretty easy to kind of talk about here. Yeah, I'm hoping my drafts are successful. I was in here pretty early. Thought I had some pretty good ranks. Thought I had some pretty strong fades. So we'll see how it fares.
Cool. All right, let's do this. Goazy Cards, man, he's calling it. Badge Bro sweep in NBA and NFL playoff basketball. Woo. I don't think I'm going to win NBA. That's for damn sure. I was not in there early enough creating the Tatum super teams with the sickos, and I think those have definitely the highest EV right now. But the puck streets, I'm going to defend my crown in the big Zamboni. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Right. I'll try my best.
All right, man. A lot of pressure. A lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure.
No one's saying. Right, everyone's saying you can't do it.
Yeah,
not me. Not me, but.
Nezzy, something I was thinking about this morning. What do you think about combo stuff? Like we're just like being the guy who like onslaughts a game or onslaughts a team. Traditionally speaking, it kind of negatively correlates. But if there's like, systemic failure with the Clippers tonight, for instance, even though they're the biggest favorite on the slate, maybe like Paulo at the 1-0-1 and then, doing like Franz and Bane. Like, is there any reason, because that combination doesn't really fall back unless you really have to force it. So like, is there any, merit in just being different this evening, or is it like projection sacrificing too much?
I think it's too much to sacrifice. We'll see. In like the 3rd or 4th round, but I just feel like the tiers, especially in these 2 gamers, man, are so freaking strong that like it's not. I just don't think that is the way to win.
Okay, sounds good. You can see that Paulo has the highest projection according to ETR. You like Steph Curry more there if the minutes uptick. PG also has a strong projection. You want to do the Curry thing here?
Yeah, this is what I've been doing.
Okay.
That's what I've been doing. I got a lot of Steph. I mean, my teams are just like almost like all Warriors and Clippers onslaughts.
Okay. Sure. Yeah,
so
playing
we'll
that
see
of the 2 games. Cool.
Yeah, not even on purpose. It's just the way that my ranks have kind of led me to draft.
Cool. What up, Jaden? What up to Tyler rolling through? What's good?
Tyler doing you a service there.
What do we got?
Saying everyone comes in and says sup Nez. Sup Jon.
Sup Jon, baby. There we go. Everyone comes in and says sup Nez because they just want me to shut the fuck up and let you speak. So they're like, if we drop Nez's name, they'll be like, all right, dude. PG comes back to us. I think I like PG more than Garland, but you like Garland more?
No.
Okay, cool. I will say from a combo standpoint, the Paulo plus VJ is going to exist a lot in that 3 and 6 combo. And at the 4, the Curry plus PG is going to exist a lot. So even though we got like a quote unquote fall there, we actually just got the same combo from a different position, but it's actually the chalk combo.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, we basically did.
Yeah. Troy, we have not done the baseball yet. Eggers still out here trolling. Son of a.
This dude doesn't let up.
Suggs gets pulled up there. Bane goes there. Garland gets paired with Kawhi there. So a little bit of slide on Garland in this particular room. We'll see what Step AA wants to do. Stepa. Goes with the Drummond one there. I think I want to click Franz here. I think Franz has a nice ceiling, but I'd hear you out if you like Zinger more than Franz.
No, let's do Franz here. We'll play the ADP angle.
Sounds good to me. I also think that Franz is not going to fall as frequently as potentially Zinger falls because people are a little bit more skittish on Zinger stuff just in a vacuum.
Yeah, I buy that.
Going with that maxi pick and roll option to Andre Drummond there. Ooh.
So we just hit the tier, I believe.
Yeah. That's that. I mean, I would put Drummond in the tier, but yeah. All right, Draymond's here, Kelly Oubre's here, Pods is here. I'm kind of team Oubre here. I'm not gonna lie.
Let's do it. Let's take Oubre.
All right. I just like Kelly Oubre.
Yeah. He's a hooper.
Mm-hmm.
We like hoopers.
Car park roll through, keep the show alive with a like. I hope it's
That was your poll today?
Yeah, that was my poll today.
The show's dying.
The show's gonna die without a thumbs up.
We're on life support unless we get likes on our YouTube streams.
Unless we get 5 thumbs. Dude, I can't get traction out here on the YouTube machine or the X machine to save my career, man. It's not I can't get traction anywhere. They got the snapback bros out here in Vancouver going to a hockey game that I go to, 30 of them a year, getting like 7,000 likes on their shit, videoing the same arena I go to every damn day, and I can't get 1 like out here.
Settlement, dude. He's tapped in. He's in the matrix. What do you like here?
Collins went. I think Wendell Carter Jr., but I could also see like Anthony Black.
Okay, let's scroll for Anthony Black.
I kind of want to do what we talked about there and do like the Black takes a little bit of, Bane and has a little bit of overlap with Suggs. And then we do so he goes Wendell Carter and Brook Lopez, and then we do the Melton nukes off the bench and we pair those 2 ceiling guys together.
Yeah, that's how you do it. Nicely done.
All right. Hopefully Melton can find his way to like 25 off the bench. We go with a Steph PG chalky start, but then we get a little bit of a fall on Franz. Then you do Kelly Oubre, and then you pair 2 22 ADPs together. Also could have got a little bit of a contrarian one there with just the Brook Lopez fall. Just taking Brook Lopez and being like, hey, that's the highest scorer in the Clippers games or on the Clippers side of that game. So we just add them in here. But yeah, all in all, seems good.
Yeah, no, I like the 6-round picks there, and even just adding Oubre is like, okay, let's just like ceiling instead of like mean projection there at the end.
All right, good shit there, Nez. I think it's probably time to talk a little baseball.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Cool. Go AZ Cards asking, what format do you like more, dailies with positions or NBA Superflex? Loaded question. How do you feel, Nez?
I like the positions. NBA is fun. NBA is just different, Mm-hmm. I don't have to draft NBA. I can auto it, but I like to draft. So give me the positions.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I think I like I like positions, and I like I like having the positions and like thinking through the dynamics of positions. But I understand why NBA is super flex, because it's just it enables the rapid fire full on autoing and larger prize pools because it's such.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Car Park doing the Lord's work here, man. 56 viewing. I'm seeing 128 here across 2 platforms here. So we're cooking right now, but we only got 30 likes. Please hit that like and subscribe notification. Yes, Awen, it is MLB time. And Nezzy takes, we're going to do our usual thing. We're going to start with the weather. Then we're going to go with the game environments. And then give me 1 second as I close out my NBA stuff and I fire up my MLB stuff for the people here. But yeah, dude, I did a little bit of the daytime diamond. I think I did 20 on the daytime diamond there, but I did not dude, I get logged out of the ballpark, pal, like clockwork, and it doesn't let me log in with a password. I have to log in with a code like every damn time. It's so annoying.
Yeah, I hate getting logged out of ballpark, pal. Sucks, but it doesn't happen to me often.
It happens to me once a day, I swear.
Yeah, that's irritating as hell.
Yeah, and the code always goes to only my junk folder. And then when it goes to the junk folder, you get like those spam things that then go create calendar invites for your calendar as well. Have you experienced this?
No,
dude.
You have email troubles. You need to take a course.
It's a whole thing for the boomers like me, man.
You gotta just mark as not junk, and then it won't go to junk anymore.
Oh, there we go. All right, fine. All right, hold on. Let me type in this password. 69420. The classic kid password when you first got your first cell phone. It was like 6969.
That's what you did.
Yeah. Much love to the community here, rolling through and showing out in a big way. Our guy Awin drops off 10 Badge Bros memberships, had a top 5 last night in the streets, one of the best players on the site, but not to be outdone, who had 2 shippages over the weekend there. Yep. Our guy Car Park, he's got 2 MLB crowns on the season already, and he rolls out 20 Badge Bros memberships. We'll make good on those memberships tomorrow with a members only show there. 2 of the shorter slate variety tomorrow, so we'll make sure we make good on that. Nez, macros for the slate here. I've only been in the daytime diamond, but my understanding of the main slate here, 8 games here, is that the pitching is quite weak today comparative to yesterday. We kind of have Dylan Cease in a tier by himself. Both floors and Ks when it comes to Dylan Cease are always pretty strong. And then it's kind of like I don't know what to do, man. Choose your own adventure out here. So we'll look through what some of the projections are telling us, and we'll look through some of the weather dynamics. But how you been treating starting pitching today?
Yeah, just like you said, it's pretty weak. So I've been kind of doing the Dylan C stuff early on. Strong SP2 for me though is Randy Vasquez, who kind of talked about last time he was on the slate. Really big fan of him and his ability to kind of limit hard contact and get ground balls and the uptick in velo. Like he's really kind of coming on as like a really nice pitcher right now. Yeah. He's my SP2 today, like very, very strongly.
Cool.
Ahead of Arrighetti, who's like, this is his first game back against like a weakish Colorado team. Elder going up against a weakish Miami team. Like it's Randy for me.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Miami's been kind of pesky in terms of like getting on base and running, and that's not really something I want to get after with the Elder stuff. Arrighetti, you said, first one back here as well, so we don't know how long he'll be able to run there. And Colorado got after it last night. Some Hunter Goodman love in the chat there, who had 2 Bayous yesterday. Randy Vasquez, yeah, man, you've been kind of all over it there. He used to have a big left-handed power problem. But you know, the Mariners, the majority of their good bats are right-handed outside of Donovan and Cal Raleigh being a switch hitter there. I mean, maybe Dom Canzone or Luke Raley, who's striking out at a 50% clip to lead the league or whatever. Maybe some of those lefties are in there and that left-handed power, but man, that ballpark does not play well for power this time of year right now. So getting to Vasquez seems pretty intelligent there, like the shouts. We could talk a little bit about Emerson Hancock has added a new pitch, and maybe that's why, you know, these K rates have taken a step up, but obviously not a good spot for strikeouts going up against Slam Diego. Luis Heel, you know, kind of like a binary outcome opposition in the Angels there. Sean Burke, kind of no thank you. I don't think I'll ever play a pitcher against the Dodgers this year when Clay Holmes is up here. It is kind of a really dusty pitching slate.
Super dusty. McLean, though, did work against the Dodgers last night. He was nasty.
True. Yeah, it is true. Nez, let's pivot to the weather and then talk about maybe we can rank out the pitchers in a half second, but I do just want to get to the weather just in case there's any lingering concerns. Are there any lingering concerns for you as I bring this up?
I think Chicago has some weather, but
okay.
It should be fine.
Okay, taking a peek now. Yes, the Detroit game right here as our guy Car Park and Purple Yosh celebrate the McGonigal extension there. Gets 8 years from the club. So these young guys getting signed long term. But yeah, that Rays and White Sox game, probably not the spot we're going for pitching anyways, but that one seems like the only one that might be a little bit in jeopardy tonight. But all in all, looks okay. And we're actually seeing a little bit on the ballpark, pal, a little bit of a boost here for the home runs at that park, even though the weather may not cooperate. Still like 60 something degrees there. Nice to see Sutter Health with these plus signs there, something we were accustomed to seeing last year. Yankee Stadium showing a little bit of a boost in the home run department there. And then we're seeing Petco playing way, way down. So maybe that plays into some of your love for Randy Vasquez there. Anything else you kind of want to note here before we finish off talking about the pitchers?
No, I don't think so. In terms of like our slate, there's nothing too crazy here.
Okay. Yeah, probably going to be pretty tough in my estimation. Like if Cease doesn't separate at the pitcher position today, like I think I'm going to see a whole bunch of guys who are just projecting for like 10 fantasy points. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you want to be the guy who builds a portfolio around Cease separating, like, okay, cool. Like I'm good with that, but I'm not sure it's necessary today because like, I don't see, I don't know. Milwaukee's lineup's a little bit watered down. They lost Yelich. So maybe it is a good enough spot for Cease to get after, but like they don't strike out a ton, and they got a bunch of lefties in that lineup. So yeah, I'm kind of in lockstep with you, Nez, here, where it's just kind of like mix and match the 6 points that I can find, and I think bats are going to separate this slate more so than arms.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's so like enticing though to like load up on Cease because it's like, oh my gosh, like I don't want to be left with any of these other guys, but yeah, I think it's never pitcher, dude. It's just like we say, I mean, just no need to get over your skis on Cease, but he's clearly SP1.
Okay. Let's talk about some of these other scroll guys. Any interest in Luis Gil, former Rookie of the Year? We never really know what we're gonna get with him, but we did get okay one last time out. Like he goes 4 innings. Like okay, I guess like maybe some of the strikeouts of the past can return with a guy like that. Any love for Emerson Hancock, just given the park and his new strikeout rate? Chad Patrick is kind of a name that stands out a little bit down here. I don't really want to go to Sutter Health for pitching ever, but Rocker or Hogan Harris, do they jump out to you? Who do you like if you got to be forced to scroll today?
Yeah, I mean, Chad Patrick was like a bit of a darling, but I don't know if he's piggybacking today. I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
But that was like his innings haven't been strong. Yeah, in terms of like scrolls here, Luis Gil has a ceiling. It's just like we talked about with the Angels. They home runs or strikeouts, but Gil has some really, really strong outings. He also has some major gas can outings as well. So, I mean, like you pair that with the fact that the Angels can be boom or bust. Yeah, I don't know that that's necessarily worth the risk where he just completely ruins your opportunity to have a good cash. I think my favorite scroll would probably be Kumar Rocker. Just because he can like rack up Ks and the A's can strike out. They do have a propensity to strike out. So I think that would be like my, with a grimace face, like I guess Kumar,
like,
but
full take your medicine.
Yeah, projections aren't going to agree with that, but that's just that's where I'm at, man.
Okay, cool. Kohanowitz, he had a couple nice starts, but like he's been kind of getting away with murder when it comes to the strand rate and the guys left on bases and stuff like that. So I wouldn't read into the results too heavily. I'd probably rather Yankees bats today.
I think the Yankees today have the highest sim run total that I've seen on Ballpark Pal this season.
Oh, wow. Okay. Jesse Scholtens is going to have an opener and then come in. I don't know. Can you just play a pitcher against the White Sox? I don't know. He's probably not going to go deep enough, and you lose the quality start and potential win equity there. Only 61 pitches last time out. So, yeah, probably Xing a bunch of these guys out of my pool and just hoping to get like 6 points from pitcher and hope that Dylan Cease doesn't separate.
Basically.
Yeah. I got no interest in Chris Paddock. I have no interest in Jose Quintana at this point in his career. He just doesn't get strikeouts, and like he keeps the ball on the ground a little bit, but I'm not interested in it tonight.
Oh, it's such a risk. Like I think it's more so of like a, hey, Jose Quintana, professional ass pitcher, maybe don't like just jam Astros righties because because you're facing a lefty. Mm-hmm. I think that's the way to play. You don't have to draft him, but you can respect him.
Okay. Sounds good, man. Spencer Aggetti's like a pretty pivotal decision point on the slate. It's interesting that, Cardi has him projecting as his second best pitcher on the slate, which I don't know. That's kind of giving him like a decent amount of credit, but like we've seen Arrighetti have like, that damn near no hitter 2 years ago before he got hurt. And then he had like the 10 plus Ks outing back-to-back outings 2 years ago, I think it was. But I don't know, man. I just don't know how long the leash is going to be today.
Yeah, I don't know either. And yeah, he's a very much hot or cold guy, very polarizing pitcher as well. So I don't think it's an easy decision. I don't plan on being too overweight him, I will say.
And then the last one to talk about kind of is Sean Burke, like just as like the Rays bottom half of the order has some strikeouts available in it. The top half is pretty good in my estimation, but there's a little bit of weather concerns. But Sean Burke was also a guy that like once upon a time was kind of valued almost in the same breath as like Shane Smith in terms of prospect pedigree, but it just like hasn't really come to fruition for him. Any interest in Sean Burke today?
Not really.
Yeah.
No, but might have to.
Yeah. Just to get different, right?
Sure. Yeah. It's like really there's not too much of a difference really when you really look at it, but yeah, it's not something that is drawing my attention.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Nez's favorite scroll kind of being like the rocker stuff, getting a little bit overweight on Randy Vasquez. I'm buying a little bit into the Emerson Hancock improvement with the new sweeper pitch there. And I kind of like Chad Patrick a little bit more than when they used the opener for him last time. And just Jay's kind of just been scuffling, dude. So that lineup isn't as strong as it once was. Like, we got Eloy Jimenez hitting like fourth or fifth now and like stuff like this. So, once upon a time, a prospect darling, but like this team without, Kirk in there, without whom else I've been blanking on. I don't know, whatever. They're missing bodies right now. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Springer.
Thank you. Yeah. Top of that lineup. Right. So I kind of like the idea of Hancock and Chad Patrick today as scrolls. Okay, dude, let's play everybody's favorite game and kind of do a rapid fire of whether we're doing fulls or skinnies, or if we want to get to the games or not. Take a little peek-sees at the unabated interface here. You did talk about the sim totals, so let me jump over to unabated before we do this, because you did harp on the fact that highest sim total you'd seen yet this year was from the Yankees, and the Yankees have that 7-4-2 there. We also already got the Yankees lineup, and Aaron Judge is on the cover for a reason, obviously, but Ben Rice has a top 10 ADP. Cody Bellinger has a top 15 ADP. These guys are getting drafted at a high frequency today. Are you going to be aping that Yankees chalk today, Nez?
Ooh, yeah. At least for like the better part of my portfolio, it's going to be like 2 or 3 Yankees. Okay.
Sounds good. Jose Caballero had a nice day, whether it was yesterday or the day before, I can't remember. Jazz Chisholm's in the 6th hole. Wells is in the 7th hole. Ryan McMahon, my boy, at the bottom of the order there. So there's a little bit couple ways to get contrarian there, but they're not the most enticing bats in the world to get contrarian with.
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, I like them too.
Okay, cool. Anything else jumping out to you from a sim total standpoint?
I mean, Sutter Health popping off, for sure. I will say with Sutter Health that the implied run totals are actually higher than the sim totals today, for what it's worth. Nice.
Yeah.
I think I like Rockies today. in terms of trying to find unique ways to play today, because it's so hard to just like not gravitate toward the Yankees game. It's crazy.
Okay. All right, dude. Yeah, let's rip it here. I think we know the answer to the first question on the slate there. Angels and Yankees. That's Luis Heel on one side, and that is Jack Kohanowitz on the other side. They're both right-handed pitchers. We have one lineup of the two. We kind of just talked about that. Let's talk about the Angels side there first. Nezzy, are you going to be playing skinnies, fulls? What are you doing from the Angels side?
Fulls for sure. Yeah, always fulls for Angels here. No Soler. He's serving his suspension starting today. So finally. Yeah, that took a while to iron out. But yeah, he is officially suspended. So we will not be drafting him today, unfortunately. But yeah, these Angels going up against Luis Heel, man. Things can go wrong for this guy in a really big way. In Yankee Stadium with favorable hitting conditions. That's why the sim totals are telling you what they're telling you. That's why the implied run total is as high as it is. And for Luis Heel too, in terms of like his splits last season and this season so far, giving up harder contact to right-handers than left-handers, interestingly enough.
Okay. Very
bullish, obviously, for Neto, Trout, and Joe Adell here, and Joe Adell as far as our righties go for the top of the Angels order. So, yeah, the Angels are a really fun way to play. You got to pay up for Trout, but who cares? It's Mike Trout, and he's playing extremely well. So, yeah, love this spot. Love the Angels here, dude.
Yeah, Mike Trout's striking out a little bit like he's been prone to do the last couple of years, but man, is he getting on base. He leads the world in runs scored, and he's up there in walks as well. Like he's got like a 400 on base right now. So good to see. Yeah, Neto looked completely lost yesterday. Oh, Hoppy, dude, do you know the Oh Hoppy narrative? Grew up a Yankees fan, New York guy, blah, blah, blah.
No.
Yeah, and they kept showing on the Yes Network broadcast this catch that he made. He's in the upper deck, and he looks about probably like 15, 16 years old, something like this. Upper deck, he goes like full sprawled back catch like this in the other guy's lap, like full layout, bare hand grab in the upper deck, and then throws it back in from the upper deck all the way to like shortstop. And it was like, oh, that's a ball player, like at like age 15. They keep showing the highlight. It's sick.
Yeah, that's really funny. So he grew up in New York. I did not know that. I wonder if he grew up in Hell's Kitchen.
I don't know. Why?
Because that's just like a heavy Irish American section.
Gotcha. Yankee side, dude, I think we're going fulls on that one. So the question I'll ask you is how low will we go? Will you get to Ryan McMahon today?
I think you can.
Yeah.
For sure. Like
I think Wells and McMahon are in play. Yep.
You can name a Yankee that's in the lineup today. I'm going to tell you yes.
Okay. Sounds good to me, dude. Marlins and Braves here. Next one up there. We got Bryce Elder on the one side there, which we didn't really talk about when it came to the pitching stuff, but you can run a little bit on him. And then Chris Paddock, who's kind of just been like a little gas canny and a guy that we've attacked for years, but has been okay this year. Not amazing, but has been okay this year. Are you playing fulls on both sides of this one, or how are you treating this one?
We're on Miami. Okay. Yeah. Hey man, Miami's on a hell of a tear, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, like they've been problematic for teams. Elder though looks pretty good today. He's had a good start to his season. He's only given up 2 earned runs in 3 starts. Mm-hmm. He had a nice outing against who was that? Arizona, where he only gave up 8 Ks. He's interesting. Last season looks like he had some reverse splits as well, where righties were hitting him harder than lefties. So maybe, if you're going to get contrarian, getting a little Augustine, a little Otto Lopez. Dude, like at the end of the day, the Marlins lineup is just like not that bad. It's just really not that bad. Like not a lot of power, but they're not that bad. Like they can just like beat you up. So, you know, you when you win with a Marlins stack, I feel like it's a low scoring slate unless like Augustine Ramirez is going bomb or Owen Casey is, but like
sure.
Yeah, I think they are a pretty strong play today because they're going to be like sub 10% drafted, and like everybody's going to be concentrated today. Like it's so hard to not go Yankees, Angels, Astros, Sutter Health today or Dodgers, right? Sure. So yeah, if those games fail, man, yeah, you're looking at Marlins as being a potential option here, but I don't love it.
Love it. Yeah, it's an uncomfortable click, but it's definitely some leverage off of Elder, especially if you get to the righty side of it. Other side of that one with the Braves, Braves are kind of just evergreen, always in play.
Yeah, I should have mentioned them whenever I was talking about chalk teams.
Yeah, how low would you go with them, dude? Dom Smith's been getting it a little bit. Ozzy from the bad side, but you know Ozzy can always score fantasy points, so.
No, I would go all the way down to Dubon, who's been having a nice season. This going up against Chris Paddock, dude. Good luck to Chris. Good luck to Chris.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Sounds good to me. We got Jays and Brewers up next. We talked about how watered down the Jays lineup is right now. We liked Chad Patrick has a little bit of a scroll there. So I imagine on the Jays side of things, we're kind of just like a little disinterested here and maybe skinnies only.
Yeah, the Jays are just such like a unsexy team to stack, you know, like you have to click like these are not baseball names like Ernie Clement and Nathan Lucas and Brandon, that like these are just not like no one wants to click these names, man. Nobody. But what if Chad Patrick is like not the darling everyone thinks he is?
Sure.
You know, I don't know. Like the game yesterday didn't seem like it was going to blow up, and then lo and behold, you get to the bullpen and like shit goes nuts. So I don't know how taxed their bullpens are, but I'd imagine they're pretty taxed because all those runs yesterday did not come from Gosman and Mizorowski. So. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay, we got to pull it up here. Who threw?
Yeah, so they had the off day. They had the off day before, and the Toronto threw 5 guys, and Hoffman won't be available today after the blown save with 32 pitches, and then Milwaukee all the way down here. 20 pitches, 9-9-5. So they're a little bit more rested. They got hit hard, but they had the off day before. But McGill won't be available, presumably, and Uribe probably not. But they both threw 5 out of the pen, and it looks like maybe 1 or 2 unavailable today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Skinnies for Blue Jays, and yeah, I'd probably, as far as like ADP goes, I don't know. Jesus Sanchez, like probably just like the top of that order. I'm not trying to get too cute here. Are you going to play? Is Eloy in the player pool?
That's a good question.
Don't think so.
Oh yeah, he is outfield eligible. Probably hitting 4th or 5th today. I love Eloy. Remember how many times I would do those fucking skinny stacks of Eloy in the tool shed?
I mean, how many times? You probably did them like 5 times total because they were never healthy at the same time.
That's so true. But basketball season.
Yeah. I mean, how could you not, right? It was so tantalizing.
Yeah. It was a fun one. What is Chad Patrick's cross sport comp? Okay, so Chad Patrick is a floor starting pitcher who's kind of like a swingman, long relief guy. He's got, I don't know. He's not like overly big either. Like he's kind of like, I'm trying to think of like a white guy, eighth man who's like, doesn't really have a ton of upside, but can get burned. That's what I'm kind of going with right now. I'm kind of like in my mind, like he's Tim Hardaway Jr. Like he's something like that, where it's like, he's serviceable. He's out there. He's never going to break the slate, but he's like, he's out there. We know his name. Devin Singletary. That's a good one. That's a very good one.
That's funny.
Well done. I like that. That's good. Fanatic Sale got a Whitecaps, Eloy and Moncada. MLB Jam team.
Dude, I did not see that during the sale. It must not have been my size.
That goes hard.
Fuck, that is so cool.
That goes hard. I love that.
Man, God, those poor White Sox fans, man. They had everything. They had this. They were set up so perfect for success.
Yeah,
so poor.
Any reason to stack Milwaukee against Cease? Like, we know when Cease goes wrong, it goes wrong in a big way because he walks the world. Then he gets hit hard, throw hard, hit hard guy. They got some good left-handed sticks at the top, and they're not really getting drafted outside of Terang. So, any love for doing this?
Yeah, I love stacking against Cease, man. He has yet to pitch more than 5 1/3 so far this season. I was only giving up 1, 2, and 1, and is striking out the world. But like, I love playing against Cease for blow up Cease stuff. So yeah, we'll see what this lineup looks like for them.
You sure?
But yeah, I'm very much interested in full stacking against Cease for sure, because it's like the most double bubble you can get with like an Omega SP1 today, and blowing that shit up and getting a low owned full stack of a good Brewers team. This is a pretty good lineup, especially as far as lefty bats go.
Yeah. They're gonna have a lot of left-handed sticks at the top there and some decent left-handed power too, like, or at least guys that can contribute in multiple ways. Like if you do like David Hamilton plus Garrett Mitchell plus Rake Bowers plus Terang, like I would not fault you at all. Like just like something like that.
Yeah, no, that's you're kind of laying out what I would like to do.
Garrett Mitchell, low key pick to click tonight. Low key. All right. Rays and White Sox, we talked a little bit about the weather. We got opener on the Rays side and then kind of like 3 or 4 inning stretch kind of thing. And then Sean Burke on the other side for the White Sox there. Weather's kind of telling us to stay away a little bit. Run total's kind of telling us to stay away, but there's definitely some power in both the top of these lineups that you can get to. It's probably skinnies only for me, but thoughts on the Rays and the White Sox?
Yeah, no, it's going to be. I don't know. I mean, I always like to full stack the Rays.
Okay.
I can't help myself with just like it's just so easy to get the top of that order, you know.
Yeah.
Just like you got to see the lineup to see like where Simpson is hitting, but it's really easy to get 4 of these Rays on one team. So I pretty much do it every time they're on the slate, to be honest.
Okay. This Ryan. How do you say his last name? Vladi?
Valade, I think. I think it's just Valade. Yeah.
He was hitting 5th yesterday, or hitting 4th or 5th yesterday. Obviously, versus a lefty, so not a given that he'll be back in there, but just something to be mindful of in the future when they're facing left-handed pitching, that he's been moving up in the lineup, and he had a good one there. So, yeah. Cool. All right. Who was on the other side of that? White Sox. Do you like going to any of these lefties? They got big time power with Murakami and Montgomery, but I don't know. I'm probably not going beyond that. Maybe if you did like a Benintendi with that 3-man or a Vargas with that 3-man, I'm fine with it, but I'm not jumping up and down to do it. Bullpen games are even opener plus short relief or long relief coupled with bullpen games are not traditionally good for hitting. And the conditions aren't great for hitting, but if you wanted to get a one-off, sure.
Who do we think the bulk reliever is? Sulser?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that I don't have it in front of me right now, but that's what ringed a bell.
Yeah.
Um,
No, it's so unappealing.
Schultens. Jesse Schultens. Jesse Schultens. They're both right-handed though. They're going Sulcer opener and then Schultens long relief follow.
Yeah, Schultens 1 game under his belt so far this season. 4 2/3, no earned runs. Last year he didn't pitch much last year. Yeah, it's unappealing. I don't know, man. Like, if you're doing volume, you're going to have a White Sox stack. I'm not here to tell you that it's awesome.
Sure. Okay, cool. Astros and Rockies up next there. Both scored a bunch of runs there yesterday. Looks like a better spot for the Astros than for the Rockies, but I'll never tell you no on some of the power guys on the Rockies side, like Hunter Goodman, who homered twice there yesterday. Moniak presumably back in there now that they're facing a righty in Spencer Arrighetti. So, just thoughts on Rockies, skinnies, fulls, anything like that?
Yeah, I'll go fulls on Rockies, man.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I will. I got to see the lineup because their lineup is different every day. But I think Moniak will lead off or bat second at least.
Yeah, I think Julian probably leads off. They've been doing the Julian lead off versus righties.
Yeah, so Julian, Moniak, Goodman, perhaps.
Troy Johnston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get some Goodman righty power pulling into the Crawford boxes and get on base with Julian, little double action for Mickey Moniak. Yeah, this is not a bad team against I got to see Arrighetti prove it, man. This dude walked the world last year, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
That's I don't know if you guys are familiar with pitching, but that's not good.
Familiar with pitching. Nice. No Jose Quintana for me, but he is a professional ass left-handed thumber who doesn't get a ton of strikeouts anymore. And he used to have a big fly ball problem, and now all of a sudden he doesn't have a big fly ball problem the last year and a half. So I don't know, mixed reviews on the spot for the Astros, but I think we're going to get fulls from the Astros side. Christian Walker's a lefty killer. Isaac Paredes, lefty killer. Cam Smith has big time power if you want to play it. And then Jordan's like the greatest lefty hitter since Barry Bonds. So thoughts here? Yeah,
I'm going to be light Astros, I think. The ADPs are not. What are we doing, guys? I thought Astros would be super duper chalk.
Yeah.
All right, man. Whatever.
We'll get some Astros going here.
Yeah, you full stack them, but I was definitely thinking this is like a nice contrarian fade here because everyone's going to be playing all the righties against the lefties and
yeah,
fuck this, dude. Now I got to draft Astros. I don't want to draft Astros. I want to respect Jose Quintana.
Everybody's already respecting Jose Quintana. Next one up, Nez, we got Rangers and Athletics there. Sutter Health has a high implied run total here. Some of the highest run implied totals per team outside of the Yankees game that we were talking about earlier there. But I don't know. We got Kumar Rocker on one side who has a little bit of strikeout upside, and this is a little bit of a watered down Athletics lineup. I kind of just want to run it back again here and play Rangers and Athletics, but this ballpark's going to get better for hitting as the year goes on, and it's not particularly warm in Sacramento comparative to what we will see later in the season. So I don't know. I'm kind of mildly interested in playing all sides of this.
Yeah. I got wind slightly blowing out, but like you said, it's not hot yet. However, on the mound, we've got Kumar Rocker who can't get blown up. I'm holding out hope that he can kind of figure it out here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you get the power here for the A's, with these lefties that makes them uber appealing here. So I totally get going full there. JT Gin, is it Gin? I don't know if it's GIF or not how you say his name.
Yeah, we've said it Gin and Gin many different times in many different ways. And when I heard it on the broadcast last week, I think it was Gin.
Is it JT?
Yeah.
Like gift, win, and bin, Gin. I think it's Gin.
Yeah.
It's Gin. JT Gin. Mm-hmm. He hasn't gone deep in games. His pitch count, the highest it's gone to is 68.
Okay.
Underlying stuff doesn't look terrible. I don't know. But he was like a nice prospect at one point in time, was he not?
He's
Every time
okay. Yeah, okay, for sure.
From the Yankees, I think.
Yeah, I'll give you nice.
Maybe no, he was on the Mets.
I was about to say I feel like he was part. I was gonna say originally that I think he was a part of a trade that involved Sonny Gray, but now I'm thinking it was one that involved either Sean Manaea or Frankie Montas.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. No, we don't really care about this guy. I think this is a lot of smoke and mirrors. What I'm looking at that's like throwing me off here. Yeah, let's go Rangers here, full stacks for sure. But who's the fourth Rangers that you stack? Jake Berger. Just go back to the Bergmeister.
Yeah, like I just like Berger in general. I mean, like Josh Smith from the left side when he moves up in the order is not terrible. Jock Peterson could be hitting in the middle of that lineup, and he finally got off the schneid with like 3 hits the other day. So, maybe he can run into a long ball. I think Jock probably.
Okay. Yeah, I like it.
Just because when he hits, the ceiling hits. He's like he's like a 20-point guy instead of a 14-point guy or an 11-point guy.
Jock does not play first, right? He's always DH.
I believe so. Yeah, I haven't seen him. I don't think I've seen him in the field yet this year, but I could be mistaken.
Yeah, we could use some outfield eligibility, I think.
Yeah, Carter's not bad. Carter's a good shout for Maywin too.
Carter's been playing good.
Yeah,
playing well.
Playing well. Yeah, we're smarter than the play good crowd.
When you get Awin in here, you got to bring out your good grammar.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, we talk about the Athletics here. Probably just skinnies for me today, but they're always viable. Yeah, I think probably Carlos Cortez gets in there today. So if you wanted to do some stacking, a little bit of power, more fun to play him than to play Denzel Clark is all I would say. But probably just looking at the lefties at the top of the order with some pop here. I think Kurtz's ADP is just like evergreen too high, but it's fine.
Yeah, everyone's just like playing for that 50 point game.
Yeah. Yep. And we saw it last year, so maybe it comes back this year. But yeah, probably Shea Banks still in there. But, Windhurst up, the catcher gets a day off on a Wednesday, kind of just a thing. But I imagine he's in there today.
I think so too.
Okay. Yeah. And then how low would you go would be Cortez if you needed that, but probably realistically only Jacob Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not off to a good start.
Yeah. Mariners and Padres are next up there, Nez. We talked about liking a little bit of pitching in this one. Will you get to the bats at all? Let's talk about the Mariners side there. They have enough power to matter on any given day, but we are Randy Vasquez respectors.
I am. They're so cheap that I think you can it's such a tough balance of okay, at what point is the ownership to a threshold of where you should probably mix them in? And I think you maybe could here. It's not going to be a major part of my portfolio. So, I mean, skinnies only. I don't love it, man. I can't even pretend.
Yeah. I think we're going to see a lot of left-handed bats from them today. So maybe someone gets a day off like a Randy Arozarena, but probably not. It's probably those righties in there. And then you get Cal from the switch. You get Donovan leading off. You get Naylor from the left side. One of Rayleigh or Calzone or both from the left side. JP playing short from the left side. And then Cole Young playing second from the left side. So there's a lot of left-handed sticks in this lineup for a dude who struggles with left-handed power. Maybe he's a new man, maybe he's not. But if you wanted to just go lefty stick hunting in this one, I would not fault you for just being hey, the Mariners right the ship. I think Cole Young is a really sneaky pick to click today.
Cool. Yeah. I'll keep that in mind if I end up doing any Mariners stuff today. It's going to be so low owned that it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, like a little Canzone plus Cole Young, like maybe tempt me with some left-handed power that nobody else is touching.
Yeah.
Padres side of the things, weird report today about Fernando Tatis Jr. I guess everything's on the table with new ownership and the Padres that maybe playing some second base and stuff like, I don't know, man, what's going on here. But yeah, the Padres, do we want anything going out against Emerson Hancock? Do we respect the new pitch mix for Emerson Hancock, or are we going back like, hey man, this guy has gas can potential like he did over the last year and a half, and let's play some of this talent?
I'll pretty much only be full stacking just because when it goes wrong, I think it goes way, way wrong.
Okay.
But yeah, it's undeniable how good he's looked so far. So yeah, it almost blew up in his face last time out. He only got through 5 innings against Houston. It could have went way, way worse. I think he stranded the bases loaded there. But he looks pretty damn good, man. Like you said, that sweeper, throwing his second favorite pitch right now, throwing it 26% of the time, it looks like. Yeah.
Brand new sweeper has been kind of like all the difference. All right, dude. Last one up here. Mets and Dodgers. We saw why am I blanking on Nolan McLean? Have a nice one out last night so the Dodgers can get stopped by really good pitching. There, Yamamoto was okay after giving up a leadoff home run to Lindor. Nice to see the power return for Lindor, because we talked about the handmade, how he hadn't homered yet, and we were a little bit worried that some of the pop might have been zapped. So good to see him run into one last night there. Ohtani on the hill, though. We can't play him tonight from our standpoint, but it makes me want 0% Mets today just because Ohtani is him. And then on the Dodgers side of things, kind of never Dodgers, but when the Dodgers price tags are free, I'm a little bit intrigued, man. Clay Holmes, we really respected him last year, but he's not getting drafted today, and probably rightfully so. But like when Dodgers are suppressed and everybody else is like, these other teams are chalk, like I like to play a little bit of Dodgers when nobody else is playing them.
Yeah, they should be way more owned than what it currently shows. Dodgers it's a loaded slate. Like Dodgers stand out for sure as a good play. Yeah.
Respect, man.
Yeah. It's Clay Holmes. Like, yeah, Clay Holmes is decent, but it's the Dodgers, man.
Just want to say that Mets only used Brooks Raley yesterday out of the pen. And he was the left-handed arm that they have at the back end. They also have Sean Manaea as kind of like a swing guy. So primarily righties just available out of the bullpen today, but rested. So for whatever that's worth.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you know that they have Craig Kimbrell in the middle of that bullpen?
They just called him up, I think.
Yeah, I saw him pitch 2 days ago, I guess it was, something like that.
I can't believe he is employed.
All right, dude. I think that's a pretty good synopsis. Let's go build some teams and see what it looks like here. I kind of was keeping track along the way there for some fancy play syndrome picks to click there in terms of the home run stuff. Maybe we take a look at the odds in a half minute there, but like these were kind of like super scrolls only of like, hey man, we might find some homers today with these guys. By my bro science calculations.
Yeah, that's we'll got to check them out.
All right, let's jump in, see what it looks like here. One more spot. We could also take a peek at the daytime diamond there. I got some entries in the daytime diamond. I don't really know who I ended up concentrating around. I think I ended up playing a decent amount of scrolled Baltimore, I think. Oh. Right-handed scroll Baltimore, and I played some scroll Arizona.
Then you should be good.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. We can take a look right now before the draft starts. Live MLB, $69. We were losing. Let's see what my exposures were. I played Weston Wilson 30% of the time. Got to do it. Conley Early was there. A little bit of Bradish. Jose Ramirez, Jordan Walker, Carroll, Blaze Alexander. I played a bunch apparently. Del Castillo. I played a bunch. Not bad. Let's see who's
Del
doing
Castillo
well.
put up 30.
Oh, nice. Love to see it. What do we got here? It's like Jack Eye. Easy money, like Jakey's easy money. Jakey easy money. All right. Oh, we're buzzing. My watch is buzzing, which means the draft pick is happening. Do we like to take Ohtani here? Do we want to be the guys who take Cease and win the pitcher position here? What do you like, Nez?
I think Ohtani's good.
Okie dokie. Ohtani going for a 40 something streak in terms of on base. I think it was 46 or 47
No shit.
now. Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, I tongue in cheek retweeted it this morning. He's going for 48. I think it was 48 games on base streak, and he's the starting pitcher this evening.
And he's the starting pitcher, and he's one of the best.
And he's the starting pitcher this evening. Like, just so fucking insane, man. All right, we kind of see status quo with the big bats going in the top. We got some friends and family in here with VinDP, Esmeranda, Joshua Car Park, who donated 20 Badge Bros memberships today. Much love to him. And then Demolition, who we've been seeing for a long, long time.
Wish Car Park would donate some entries in the BR streets instead.
Good shit.
That'd be nice.
Nick Paz goes there. Hunter Goodman, nice 19 ADP today after the 2-homer day. I'm going to take a look at Cardi's stuff now that we kind of did our own stuff. He has Acuna out projecting Ohtani today, but it's like fractions of points, but you rarely see that. He really liked your Pirates today. Liked Devers, liked Gunnar Henderson, likes Corey Seager, Evergreen. Trent Grisham up there. Trent Grisham was off to an awful start, and then he came off the bench the other night and homered twice. Seager goes there. Thoughts, Nez?
I guess I don't have to do pitcher yet.
Let's take your boy.
All right.
Yeah, we'll take Randy Vasquez because we couldn't come up with an idea fast enough. We could take like Kyle Tucker and just pair the two.
Yeah, I would just do Kyle Tucker.
All right, we'll pair Tucker and Ohtani together, and then we'll find a contrarian 3-man in the middle infield, or we will have some picks to click. T. Cage had a nice night last night. Shout out to T. Cage. I think had a $500 takedown or something like that in the After Dark.
Good shit. Yeah, Story went off today.
Oh, I didn't have a ton of Story. I played all
of
the
double.
No Boney drafts today, but I promise I will do them tomorrow. So yeah, tomorrow, ? Yes. I think tomorrow's slates just in general look like pretty thin. Let me see. NBA schedule, there are no NBA games tomorrow. The other play-ins are on Friday. Then the actual playoffs start on Saturday. And then the hockey playoffs start on Saturday as well. And then MLB tomorrow is a little bit longer a slate than we're usually accustomed to for a Thursday, which is a good thing. So we'll have a nice main slate with no basketball tomorrow.
Decent early slate. 3 game.
No, maybe not.
3 game evening slate, 7-game early slate, it looks like.
Gross. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about the 3-game main slate, and then maybe we'll do dances and Zambonis tomorrow. Probably behind the paywall, though. We'll either do tomorrow behind the paywall or we'll do Friday behind the paywall, one of the two. But probably Zambonis and dances and 3 games of baseball tomorrow.
Yeah. But we owe you guys a paywall for sure. So one of those days.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Yankees are going every draft, as was alluded to there. We get sniped on Freddie Freeman, so we're probably going to slow down on pump the brakes on the Dodger train here. We could do some right-handed contrarian Angels, which we kind of liked. I wanted to do Seattle. I was thinking about that, but I just realized we do not have. We have Randy Vasquez.
Right.
How about Tampa Bay 3-man?
Okay. Always good.
Yeah, we could do Junior, and then we could do Aranda, and then we could, I mean, Yandy's been really good to start the year, so maybe we should just take Yandy if we're going to do this. But let's take Aranda, and then see if there's a way to do a contrarian Rays with, like, what do you think, Mullins maybe?
Oh yeah, I'm always down for Seti Mullins.
Is it contrarian enough to just do it with Yandy, or do we need to go down to Mullins?
I mean, Yandy's definitely contrarian enough, but
okay,
yeah,
then let's keep it.
You'll get even more contrarian with Seti though.
Yeah, or Fraley could be in the middle of that lineup today too. So any of these three are totally viable. I think. Yeah, we could also do like a one-off pick to click too, and do like a 2-2-1. We could do like one of those home run calls we had earlier. Moniak kind of feels like a nice one. A little bit double bubble associated with Moniak as well.
Yeah, or one of those Brewers.
Yeah, we could do like Rake Bowers, or Terang's gone in this one, and so is Frelick.
Same team, I'm guessing? No? Huh. Okay.
No, one-off Frelick. I don't know how I feel about a one-off Frelick. Ray's lineup is out. Okay, thank you. So we can just double check here before we click the button as to whom we're going to select.
Simpson leadoff, Yandy cleanup.
Simpson leadoff, Yandy cleanup. Fraley ahead of Mullins. Palacio. Let's just go with Yandy then. What do you think?
Yep, I like it.
He's definitely the best hitter of the three. So we do a little 3-man Tampa. We pull up Randy Vasquez and we pull up Kyle Tucker to make it make sense. 3-man Tampa, 2-man Dodgers, and then Randy Vasquez as SP1.5. SP2, for real. All right, Nez. I think we covered it all, man. We covered a little bit of dance stuff at the top. We covered multiple slates there. We got some mad love from the community here. Thanks to Awin for the 10 Badge Bros memberships. Thanks to Car Park for the 20 Badge Bros memberships. Much love to both of them. Longtime friends of the show here. And yeah, any parting stuff for the people here? I was just kind of poking around in the home runs here. Maybe I'll take one last look. But anything you got to say for the people, and or any home run calls that you like today?
Well, it's not a home run call, but it is a stolen base call.
Oh, okay. Who do you like?
Give me 1 second to make sure I'm not talking completely out of my ass. But okay. I want to. Sorry, I just want to check this odds. Yeah, Michael Harris, 100% Michael Harris stolen base today.
All right, cool. I like that call.
4.5x, and it's like the worst kept secret in the world that you can run all over Miami.
Good shout.
So let's get Michael Harris on base, and that's step one, and then have him steal one.
Awesome. Let's pair that with like a home run, or let's pair that with one home run, and then let's pair it again with one home run. Let's see what some of those guys that we liked were. What was Mickey Moniak at? Just a flat 2. They've caught on to the Mickey Moniak stuff.
Yeah. Goodman's 2.13.
How about this moon shooter?
Cole Young. Wow.
Look at this moon shooter.
All right. I can't not be on this.
Look at this moon shooter. Cole Young. Could also do one with Dom Canzone. Could also do a Logan O'Hoppe. I had him on the short list.
Oh, okay. O'Hoppe 247, not bad.
247, and then we do the Michael Harris stolen base again, and then we got this 42% MLB boost. Damn, you got to use 3 of them. What about a 40% boost? Do we have to use 3 of them? No, that's NHL and PGA only. What is pick and roll?
That's NBA. It's a swipe game you have to do on mobile.
Dang. Okay, so we need a 3rd pick to go with this, which is not overly enticing.
Let's see here. Who is starting today? Jake Irvin on the mound against the Pirates.
What do we got here? What's going on with the White Sox here? Why can't we get more cameo? 217. That's not great. What's Adele at? Wow. What's Trout at? Nope. Who else do we have on the list? I mean, I don't want to go full homer on this Randy Vasquez narrative, but this Dom Canzone, 324.
What about like Joe Adele fantasy points or something?
Or Gavin Sheets.
Okay.
Gavin Sheets, moon shooter here. This is crazy. 25 for $8,000. This is some crazy shit. Not financial advice. Logan O'Hoppe in New York narrative. Emerson Hancock can't find it, and the sweeper doesn't sweep anymore narrative. Gavin Sheets moves up in the order left-handed, and then Nez using the hashtag models to give us Michael Harris because you can run all over. All right. I'm going to do one last one.
Okay.
Put him into strikeout. Garrett Mitchell.
What's he?
I don't know. We're about to find out. 388.
Okay, cool.
All right, let's do that with the Michael Harris steal. Everything resides on Michael Harris swiping a bag today.
Oh, just wait till you see that notification on your timeline. Michael Harris stolen base. 2nd of the year.
2nd of the year, Michael Harris stolen base. All right, sharing them in the chat. Small unit plays, guys. Not financial advice. Just the bros having some fun, cooking things up. I'll get you Mr. Good Boys in the chat. He's ready to rock here. Nezzy takes anything for the people?
No, I'll see you in the lobbies. See you tomorrow. Pirates winning today, so that's nice.
Love it. Best of luck to everybody in the daytime diamond streets. Best of luck to everybody in the hoops play-in and the 8-game main slate here. I will be in the lobbies alongside Nez for the remainder of the day as well. And then you guys can probably catch me in the Zamboni and the dance streets this evening, prepping up to be ready for the behind the paywall dance and Zamboni streets tomorrow with a light slate there. So we'll be hitting some playoff contests tomorrow for the people. And then, full go on Friday for double dip slates there again. So, all right, everybody's favorite time on the show. The end. Peace. Hit the like, subscribe, notification. Much love.